So hi everybody, my name is Medina and I'm from Tashkent region, Angren, and I was hosted in New York, Fulton, and yeah, I'm FLEX Alumni. I was here.
Yeah, I'm Serdar Makhmudov. I am from Namangan, Uzbekistan, but I was hosted in California, United States, in Lemoore, in the city of Lemoore. And we are actually alumni of this year, 2022-2023. And a couple of months ago, we just came back from the United States, so we're really fresh with ideas, and we're really fresh with United States and their culture.
Hi everyone, I am Medina Bukambaeva and I'm from Tashkent City. I was hosted in San Antonio, Texas, in the United States, and I'm also alumni of this year.
Okay, so for the people that have a question, what is FLEX? Why do we need FLEX? So in 1992, the FLEX was founded by the US Senator, and it was the purpose of the program was in order to exchange the cultures. So after 1991, you know, the destruction of the Soviet Union, there were like 15 new countries, and the United States found a way to contact and to be linked into these new countries with a new way. So this one was cultural exchange, which is FLEX, Future Leaders Exchange. And the exchange part is you're exchanging culture. Americans that don't know anything about your country, you're going to them, you're explaining, you're showing the culture, and at the same time, you're learning something about American culture, the American dream.
Yeah.
So, timeline, we'll discuss a bit of the, we'll have info session about FLEX program, then each of us will describe their experience in the United States, and we'll conclude with Q&A.
Yeah.
I'm too old.
The keeper.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, eligibility for this year is to be born between 2007 and 2009 and be enrolled in secondary school, be 9th grader or 10th grader, or be at the first year at Lyceum or college. And for timeline,
Yeah, I'm going to talk about timeline. So basic application timeline consists of 3 stages, and first 2 stages they are held online, and the third one is held offline in every region and Tashkent City. So the application for the first stage starts from the 1st August and ends 28th of September, and it gives you, like, right after starting application on the application portal, they give you 10 days to fill the application and to write 3 essays on different topics. And the maximum words is like 300 for each essay, so you have to be real precise. And so first tour, it's held from the August till September, and then right after you submit your first tour, they will send you on email the link to the second tour, and it's like English proficiency test. You should not be scared of it, it's like really easy. And the third stage, it usually is held from November till January, and it's also like they announce a semi-finalists, so most of the applicants, they already like selected, and it's like a big little bit, so most of them it's already selected, and like the final stage held in March and April, and you have to fill a whole application. Again, there are a lot of documents. It can be overwhelming, but everything will worth it. Just like be patient with it. Yeah, and also there will be an interview. And from last year, actually, they started organizing a game. And the main part is like just to show yourself as a leader and be creative.
Yeah, and we finished. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a bit. So August, September, right now, you can apply for FLEX program. It's open till 28th of September, so you can you can apply till 28th of September. Then at the same time, they're gonna send you the English test. Then you'll wait a bit in November to January. They'll have third round, third tour, and the final stage will be in March, April, when they call you, the holy long-waited call. So the most important part to be a FLEXer, to participate in FLEX program, is only your skills, which is like soft skills, and that's it. If you have soft skills, that's it. It doesn't matter your English level, because FLEX is going to provide an English camp in Moldova in order to increase your English language skills. So don't be afraid about your language skills. Be more confident about your soft skill and try to show your soft skills to admission officers and to FLEX program. And you'll definitely become a FLEXer.
And
finalist.
after you start application, you'll have 10 days to complete it. So yeah, you better start it now and just complete it.
Or
Don't
you can,
think that the other
yeah,
time.
you have till 28th of September. You have plenty of
Still,
time.
yeah.
Just be mentally prepared. You're gonna have only 3 essays, which are really easy, and it's actually really easy to become a finalist. Okay, so Madina is gonna share her journey in New York City, New York.
Not city. Most people think that I was placed in New York City, so yeah, from the start. So I'm Medina. I was placed in Fulton, in New York. Most people think, when I say New York, most people think I was placed in New York City, but it's far from it. Fulton is a small community, and now I'm gonna introduce my host family. Wait.
King's keyboard.
Here. So that's my host family. I had host father, and little brother. I'm the only child here in Uzbekistan, so it was a unique experience to have a little brother there. Actually, he was one of my favorite family members. My host mother worked as an ENL teacher, English as a new language teacher at elementary school, and my host dad was did a hardwood floor. And my little brother, as you can see, I really love him and I miss him every day since I came here. He's a 3rd grader. This year he's gonna go to 4th grade and he's excited about it. We usually spend time, our weekends away from home. We used to have dinners together, lunch together. Dinners always together because it's kind of a part when we shared our small details about our day. And I think it was so exciting to learn from me, how my day went or what I learned from that day. And it was really exciting for me to know about my host mother and my host father's day. My host brother did basketball at school and he was so obsessed with it. And this year he's planning to do basketball again, and at the high school he's planning to do a football. That's my host family, and now I'm going to talk about my high school experience. So this is my high school. I attended Garibaldi High School, and I'm so blessed that I was placed in Fulton and attended Garibaldi High School because I was surrounded by really nice people, big heart community, and as you can see, at school I got to experience my first and last homecoming and prom. That's homecoming and prom, and I did cheerleading. It was the best part, and we had spirit week. That was my favorite part of the school because spirit week, for the whole week you're gonna have a themed days. For example, Hawaiian Day. Here there's Adam Sandler's day, so we had to dress like an Adam Sandler. So yeah, I did presentations at school too. I shared with my teachers. This Halloween I was an angel. You cannot see really my costume. And yeah, this is my high school experience. Cultural exchange. So we all know that the main purpose of our program is to exchange cultures. So that was my best and really important part during my exchange year. I did over 40 presentations. Usually they were at high school or elementary school. You can see here, this elementary school was consist of kids from different countries. There's a lot of nationalities. And I think it was really good to share about Uzbekistan too, and informing not only Americans but other cultures as well. I was guest speakers at elementary school, at my high school. Here you can see I was, so my place in the organization was Green Heart Exchange, and that's our Green Heart students in New York who was placed in New York, and sharing with them each other's culture, it was awesome too. I learned a lot about American culture. Here you can see with Ambassador of Uzbekistan in the United States, former ambassador. We visited Washington DC and we got to meet our ambassador, former ambassador in DC, and it was a really good experience to talk about our exchange year, to share our insights, and I think that this part was like my favorite part of my exchange year. And it gave me not only like to know and live American life, but also to have friends from different corners of the world, networking, a lot of people that I know of. Now I have really good friends, family around across the world. I think that's my favorite part of participating in FLEX. FLEX is a huge community, and being part of FLEX is such an honor for all of us. And yeah, that's all about my exchange year in New York. So now, Sridhar, who was placed in California, going to talk about his experience.
So before that, FLEX program is merit-based scholarship. So this is a scholarship. Scholarship means that they cover all your expenses, your flight tickets, your host family, your food, your everything. They just want you to be a good ambassador of your country and like show your country in a good way in the United States. Besides that, FLEX also has like a lot of workshops inside of the program. So after becoming a FLEX finalist, you can apply for CEW, which is Civic Education Workshop. You can apply for it was Violet, which is English learning, English teaching workshop. There are a lot of opportunities for you. They just want you to be a good ambassador of your home country and represent it in a good way. So I was placed in California, but California, it was hot. It was very hot. It was as hot as like in Uzbekistan, and I was not placed in LA. I was not placed in San Francisco. It was like I was in the middle of desert. Yeah, California was like that for me. But besides that, my host family played the biggest role in my like throughout the whole exchange year because they support me in everything. I had my host dad, I had my host mother, and I had my peer. He is like my age. He is my host brother, and we did a lot of stuff together. They even took me to Mexico, which is like country. From California, we flew to Mexico, and they gave me a chance to see the other country, the other culture. So this is the biggest and the most important part of FLEX program because you have a lot of opportunities. And this October, after what, 2 months, my host family is coming to Uzbekistan. They want to see all the beauty of Uzbekistan because I showed them a lot. I cooked them a lot in only to attract them to my home country. And they're coming in October, and they're like really excited about Uzbekistan. So, and as I already told, the cultural exchange was the second biggest part of my exchange year because nobody again knew about Uzbekistan. I was like, why? This is the best country in the world. You should know about Uzbekistan. Yeah, they confused it with Pakistan or stuff like that, and they never knew where it was situated or what it is. So I did a lot of presentations, more than 35, I guess. I danced Andijan polka to 200 people. I cooked somsa. I cooked national bread of Uzbekistan. I cooked palav, like atlas, everything. I even did a tea ceremony. Oh. Spoiler. I did like tea ceremony in my high school. I just brought kind of a dasturkhan, bring choynak, piola, and kokchoy was actually from Uzbekistan. I brought like everything in order just for them to experience something a bit like Uzbekistan. So I taught them how to make somsas here. So they really liked somsas, and they put somsa in their like schedule. And every year in my culinary class, they are gonna make somsas. So if I just imagine like that, somewhere in California, someone knows about somsa, and they're making somsa, Uzbek somsas, that's wow. I did a lot of cooking because I love cooking. That's my coordinator with Yelpogoch. She liked it. She really liked it. She kept it for herself. That's like cultural exchange when I did a presentation in my class. And that's our cluster in California. So there are a lot of nationalities. You are going to learn about American culture, and you're going to learn about hundreds different cultures because you're going to have your peers from different parts of world. And I even became student of the month for February, which is like they award every month. They select one best student and make him the student of the month because of my cultural exchange and volunteering skills and stuff like that. And the coolest part was I went to my principal. I said, like, I want to reach every high school student in my school, and I said, can I put? So they have not announcement, American anthem.
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning, yeah. And I said, like, can I put my Uzbek national anthem? And she said, like, of course you can. I went up there. I said, like, I'm Serdar. I'm from Uzbekistan, and I told them this is my national anthem. This is Uzbek national anthem, and they really liked it. And by that way, I was able to reach to 1,500 students because the speakers are everywhere in the school, and I reached every student in my high school. They were, my teachers were proud of me. The students liked the anthem, and it was like the best part of my exchange year. And now the second Madina is gonna share about her experience as an exchange student.
Hi, guys. I was hosted in San Antonio, Texas. Texas is the second largest state in the United States, and it was really big. It was so huge, and I was placed actually in a big city. San Antonio is like a third largest city in Texas, and I had a lot of fun over there. Like it wasn't like a small community. My school actually was really huge, and now I'm gonna talk about a little bit about it. So host family. I myself in Tashkent is the youngest child, and I have two older brothers. So I have never been experiencing like how to be like an older sister, and I was so honored and glad that I had so many siblings in the United States, and it gave me opportunity to gain a little brother and two little sisters. And actually, I was double placed. So double placement is when you're placed in a host family with another exchange student from another country, so you can learn more about different culture as well. And in my case, it was Shaista. She was from Pakistan, so yeah, we both always confused. Yeah, the names are similar. And I was so glad that I was placed with her, and we became so strong. We established a strong bond between each other. But unfortunately, in the middle of my exchange year, we were separated, and she moved to another host family. But I'm really glad that I met her during my exchange year. My host family is not like a typical traditional American host family. They were actually immigrants, and they were from. My host mom, she was from Spain originally, and my host dad, he was from Dominican Republic. Yeah. And with me in my house, we lived with one of my sisters. Her name was Alison. She was 14 years old. And I had a little brother. He was 5 years old. And here is Shaista, as you can see. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. And most of the time, while you will be in the US, you will spend with your host family. And it's a really crucial part to establish a strong connection with them and to spend as much time as you can with them. Because they're really like willing, they're volunteers, right? They don't get anything to host you. They're just willing to know about your culture and share their culture as well. So it's like, it's your responsibility to like show them your gratitude, and also as being part of the host family, you also have to be like have your own responsibilities, because you are not like a tourist in the US. You're like a family member, and you have to like help with the, all other like house chores, look after your host siblings, and it's a normal thing. Like you should not be afraid of it. You should like have fun with it. And yeah. Here's some. Here's my coordinator actually, and she took us to different road trips, and it was one of the best part of my exchange year. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, my actually a community coordinator. I was placed with a PAX program of academic exchange program, and my coordinator was literally like one of the best people I met in the US. She was super nice, and she actually did it because she really liked being around exchange students. She herself hosted over like 14 exchange students while she was like younger. But then she decided to be a community coordinator, and she had last year she had 5 students from different countries. Yeah, so it was really fun. Here's a Halloween. We also dressed up. It's another whole thing. My host sister, she loved Halloween and everything related to it. And it also was a whole different experience for myself. I have never done anything like that before. Also, they really appreciate when you like share your culture. And one of the best things is like to cook them, like especially for girls. Like they really liked plov, and actually this is my favorite traditional dish. So I cooked it a lot, and they really liked it. So yeah, don't be afraid to cook something for them. It might not be as good as you can cook at home, but they will like it anyway. So here's my high school. My high school was huge, like I said before, and the first week was really overwhelming. Like I will not lie about it because it was really like huge. There are a lot of classes, and American system is so different. So I would encourage you to search about classes beforehand, before you go to your first day of school, and choose your classes, because you have to choose them really fast, and you have so many classes, and you just think because here we are required to take several required classes, right? But over there you can choose your classes, and sometimes you can say how can I choose? There are so many of them. So yeah, just search for them. For example, my host mom, she sent me the classes that I can have in the US in my school beforehand. So I already knew what classes I want to take. Yeah, and you always can change them, but within the first 2 weeks, preferably, because you still have your term, midterms and semester exams. It's a lot, so you have to prepare for it. And yeah, so the first week I was getting lost literally every class. The school is really big, and you have just 5 minutes break, not here 10 minutes break, and you have to find a room. There are so many students, 3,000 students going at the same time, and you're just getting lost all the time. You just have to ask people to help. There are a lot of teachers, and they always willing to help you. And I think the key, the key of your success of your exchange year is communication, effective communication. You have to ask all your questions, everything from elder ones, from coordinator, from your host family, or from your teachers. Don't always ask from other exchange students, because they're you, they don't know more about you. And you always have to ask someone who knows a lot about it, your host family. Yeah, so here's our prom. Also, I was honored to volunteer, and volunteering was one of the best parts of my exchange year. And actually, you are required to volunteer a certain number of hours. So with my PO, it was 30 hours, but you have a chance to volunteer. If you volunteer over than 100 hours, you get a special certificate from the U.S. Department of State. Yeah.
Was it presidential airport, or was it from, I don't remember, was it presidential? No?
No, I don't think it's presidential, but it's from U.S. Department.
Yeah, U.S. Department have
okay, it's still a good certificate from U.S. Department for me.
Yeah,
you can complete
for your
over 100.
application.
I think we all got it, and it's really awesome feeling.
So I encourage you to volunteer, and it's a lot of fun. You can make new friends over there. And how you can find volunteering? I always was searching for volunteering. I didn't know where can I volunteer, and you just ask at your school, because there are a lot of clubs. For example, Key Club, who organize different volunteer events, and you can volunteer actually inside school after classes for several hours. Also, you can find different volunteering organizations. For example, I was just searching at Google, volunteering in Texas, San Antonio, and I just found Camp organization. It was Children's Association for Maximum Potential, an actual organization, non-profit organization. that organize events for people with disabilities, and you're like a constant volunteer, can just like talk with them, have fun with them, and just like the main thing, they need like real communication, they need real friends, right? And some people, they're like they're not willing, they like see them differently. So it's a good thing just to they just want to have real friends. So that was the main thing, the main goal of my organization. And during my spring break, I went for 3 days and spent my 3 days at the camp where we organized different activities for children with disabilities. And it was actually really fun. I made so many friends over there. Yeah, and also I was a part of dance team. I strongly encourage you to join any teams because, like, I know it's hard to make friends over there. It's not like the same thing as here. You might have like a lot of friends here, but over there it can be different, and you should not be afraid of it. And to make really good friends, you can join teams like dance teams, sport teams, because they spend a lot of time with each other. Like we have rehearsals like after classes, we have practices before school, after school, and you just make really good friends within the teams. Yeah, here's the culture sharing. So there is actually in November International Education Week, and where you're required to make a certain presentations. Yes, and I made a couple of them in my school, and teachers actually are always willing to host you with a presentation. They are willing to learn more about your culture. So you can just easily contact any teacher and say, oh hey, I want to share my culture and make a presentation, and they will really like glad to host you. So yeah, like Sidra said, not many people know about Uzbekistan, and actually I was the first student from Uzbekistan in my host community, and they never like knew anything about it. Yeah, so it's like crucial thing like to share, because as you know, like FLEX just started its recruiting in 2022, the first cohort went. So we are the second cohort, and that's why there are not many students from Uzbekistan. There were a lot from other countries, so they know about them, but they don't know about Uzbek students. And that's really crucial thing for our generation, like the first cohorts, to like share our culture, actually, to share knowledge about our country. Yeah, there will be a lot of events organized by school, especially like international student breakfast, where like students just meet with other exchange students from other countries and share their knowledge. Like we had a panel actually, like so here there are students from my host school, high school. Here's Olivia, she was from France. She was from Pakistan, my double placement, and me. Yeah, they just asked different questions from us, and we just shared our knowledge about our countries. Also, we had a national FLEX meeting. It was like organized by PO, a placement organization, and it actually last year when I was hosted, it was organized in my city. So I was honored to make a presentation about Uzbekistan for not only like just students, but for other coordinators of my placement organization and American Council staff, FLEX program coordinators. So it was really it was a lot of fun, and I think it was really important. Yeah, and also like just use your different talents, like any talent you have, because I know like some of the students, they can be really good in art, right? So you can like paint pictures about Uzbekistan and just share with it. Like just use any talent you have. You might like enjoy dancing, so you can dance your national dance, and you should not be perfect at it. Just like just do it from your heart, like just share. Yeah, and we can cook different food. So actually in my host family, like my host family wanted us to cook like at least like once a week, like something from our, like not only like national food, but just anything. Yeah, so during our holidays like Christmas, New Year's Eve, I was cooking like different national food like manti, samsa, and it's not that hard, so you can just do it, and they really like it. Yeah. So now we're moving to our next part of our presentation, and feel free to ask any questions you have individually or for the whole group, and we will be happy to answer any questions.
kind of add quick things to her presentation. So you don't have to be perfect at cooking. Sometimes your food are going to be a little bit disgusting, but the Americans, they don't know your food, so they'll be like, oh, that tastes really good, but in fact it doesn't. So the first time I did pulao, it was a fiasco, it was a failure, but by the time I taught myself how to make pulao.
This question is to me.
Yeah, I get it. So another thing is sports. Sports is a big culture of the American high school. Even if you don't know how to do any sport, you can just join it. And I don't know how to run, and I joined cross country. I don't know what happened to me, and I just joined it, and I failed every meet we have. I cannot run really fast, so I'm not that kind of person. But the team spirit, the American high school spirit, was a really good part of my exchange year. And the third thing, you can share your culture by forcing Americans to eat korut. They'll be really they're gonna spit it because it's really salty for them. They'll not like it, but it's still a part of our culture. So I made every member of my family try korut. They didn't like it, yeah, but it's part of our culture. And I told the history of korut and how we're eating korut.
Yeah. So another thing is volunteering. I think during your exchange year, it's really crucial to volunteer. You're there and you have to give back to. You getting something from the country, you have to give back to. And I think, so I completed over 100 hours of volunteering. And I think, I didn't even notice that I did already 100 because it was enjoying. I was enjoying every event I went to. I volunteered in different places, and it's just about networking, about sharing again, about sharing anything, love, kindness. You can, as Medina, volunteer at the place for children with disability. I think it's really important to volunteer, and I'll definitely suggest to get that 100 volunteering certificate. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really awesome feeling when you actually get it by the end of your exchange year and they mail you. It's not like online kind of thing. They're gonna mail actual thing. It's gonna have a little stamp on it, like
a golden stamp.
Shiny
It's
stamp.
golden.
Yeah, it's golden. Yeah. And another thing, yeah, sports, do join team. And also, you can if you'll leave finals and you can address your school counselor, you can create a club after school. I created the club, like I was a part of our language club, but again I created like a cultural club for students, and I actually had a lot of students to come in to learn about cultures. We not only learned about Uzbekistan, but we learned about different countries. I had another exchange student in my school, so I asked her to join sometimes. We talked about Italy. She was from Italy. We talked about different cultures, and I think that's really good to for networking, for having friends, and creating a community that's gonna be helpful when you're gonna leave too. Because I think this year they said that they're gonna give my position to another exchange student, or even American exchange student to go to pursue or to continue that club that I created. So I think that's really important to join clubs and do sports. School spirit is awesome. You're gonna see a lot of American things. You're gonna have pep rallies. You're gonna have basketball games, have really awesome vibe. Football games, I think that's really important to attend, at least to be a visitor of football games, to be on the sideline. I did cheerleading for basketball season, and I think it was awesome. When I joined cheerleading club team, I thought that it's gonna be easy, and I'm gonna be only on the sidewalks and just be cheering, but it wasn't easy that I expected. I was a team captain, and we had competitions, and it was like hard. We had to practice every day after school for like 4 or 5 hours, but it was really good, and you spend time with American friends, and it's just team support is really important, and I think it's gonna make your exchange year more easier.
And one more thing, communication and networking is the best thing because you're gonna get a lot of things. because networking is just like tanish bilish. Yeah, you can get anything by tanish bilish. So don't be afraid. Just communicate with someone. Text them, write them, email them. Most of the opportunities that I had for volunteering, I emailed the corporations. I just like there was a default email I had. I emailed all of them and just asked for the position of volunteer, like when I can come in, when I can do the volunteering, and it actually worked. It was really a good thing to have communication skills, and even communication skills helped me to put my national anthem to the whole school. So that's the best part of it, like to know and to widen your networking. And if you have any questions,
I wanted to ask you about your regrets about exchange year in the US. What would you do differently if you could?
Oh, I would extend my exchange year to the rest of my life. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. The thing, like, okay, when I first came there, I was a child. I was not mature. I was not like very talkative. I was very shy boy. But it was like that towards the end of exchange student, I had a motto in my head: nobody's gonna remember you. Just do it. Nobody's gonna remember you, because like you're gonna leave your host family, host city, and these people sometimes like they're gonna forget about you because new people are gonna come, and that's the like one of the best mottos that I would have. And for future participants, be open-minded. Best like have good communication skills, and be ready to try something new.
Try
And
everything.
Try everything new.
If
Yeah.
you're not gonna try that, it's gonna be your biggest regret. Yeah, so try everything. Like, even it's just like a small thing, even it's like really, it sounds really a little bit crazy to you, just try it. You're gonna love it, I promise. Because when you look at there, it's a new culture anyway. Even you see a lot of movies, you still have a lot to explore. And just try everything. If you're not gonna try something, you're gonna regret for the rest of your life. So try everything. Try to get most of it from your exchange year. I think I regret that I didn't try everything. So I think that's the most important thing, to try everything on your way and just be open-minded, communicate, and share your culture.
Yeah, and I wanted another one thing. It's like, don't compare your exchange year to others students. Like, because there are like with social medias, with Instagram, we see all the stories like they're having fun, they're traveling, and etc. It can be like, oh, I don't have it and I don't have that, but like please don't do it, because you're gonna throw yourself in like bad mood. Just engage more with your community and like use the opportunities you have. Yeah, it will be the bad thing. Like, don't compare
Don't
your
ever,
yeah. It's like such a bad thing.
Yeah, sometimes like some exchange students share about their problems, and sometimes we can relate to that, and sometimes we cannot, because we're all in different states mostly, and when we talk, we have different problems. We have common problems a lot too, like, but don't compare at all your exchange year. We exchange students show only the best parts online, and we don't show the like nice when we cried, homesickness moment. We never share that moment. We only share good parts. So never ever compare your exchange year to others. You are unique. You have yourself, and just enjoy your exchange year. And
Flex has a motto about that.
Yeah.
really,
Not good, not bad, just
different.
Not better,
bad,
not
not
worse.
what?
Not better, not worse, just different.
Yeah, not better, not worse, just different. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the motto.
Everyone has different experience, so just enjoy it.
We have one question from here. Please tell me, how long should I wait until third round? So you're gonna the application finish on 28th of September. You are gonna have your test right that day, or maybe like a day after that, and you're gonna wait. It again depends on your region. Like different regions, they announce the results earlier, maybe later, but sometime between November and January, you'll receive your email from FLEX program.
Yeah, and just don't
Yes,
focus a lot in it. Just try to engage yourself. Because I think I receive a lot of texts sometimes, and they be like, I applied, I submitted my first and second round, why I'm not getting notifications? You just have to be patient and just engage yourself and just enjoy the moment, be in the moment, and it's gonna be a time when you're gonna see your results and maybe be a finalist.
Anyone has different question for me?
Yes, and I wanted to ask about the essays part. My question is, what qualities are the admissions officers expecting to get from us when they are reading, or some tips when writing the essays, maybe?
So, you want to share?
Sure, like when you're writing your essays, they're usually gonna ask about your experience, some kind of experience you experienced, about lesson you learned. You just have to be yourself. Never like, sometimes there's like tons of fake essays, and most people think that it's true and it's gonna give them success, and they try to copy it. You can never do that, and just try to be yourself. Precisely analyze your idea first, think about it, and then start writing your essay, doing drafts, and think about it a lot, precisely. Express yourself, express every quality that you have, show leadership skills, how you solved, how would you do it differently. I think there's a couple questions sometimes like that, and I think you gotta show your true colors, your true quality. Just be yourself. They're looking for individuals who are like creative themselves and have leadership skills, communication, and open-mindedness.
I want to add on that, just don't be fake.
Yeah.
Because I applied for FLEX program 2 times, and the first time I couldn't get in because I was like, oh, FLEX program is seeking, searching for these skills, I need to show them. I was really fake. I didn't have that skills, but I was like, yeah, I have that.
Don't lie, guys.
Yeah, don't lie about that. And for example, there is no standard answer for essays, because, for example, there is one question: why do you want to go to United States? Is like my answer and your answer going to be the same? Of course no. I had like different purposes. I wanted to visit the United States. You're going to have different purposes. So don't compare to anyone else. Just concentrate on your personality and try to show them your own personality, and you'll just become a finalist, definitely.
Yeah, most people ask for suggestions how to be a finalist, and I think you just have to be yourself. I know you heard this thing a lot of times before, but that's actually the truth. And you gotta be yourself. You gotta show yourself. You gotta show all your skills that you have, your talents, your soft skills, your sometimes matureness.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta be yourself, and we mean it. Like, be yourself. That's just show yourself, your uniqueness, and you're definitely gonna achieve success.
Because if you just imagine you're leaving your country for a year to go to another host family, different friends, different society, different culture. It's gonna be like, are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
For me, for the first year, I'll be honest, for the first time I applied for FLEX program, I was not ready for that. But the second year, I was much more mature, and I understand what are the consequences of my actions and what I'm gonna do in the FLEX program. And just became a FLEX finalist.
Sometimes people have high hopes, pink glasses. They're all thinking about that American life in the movies, but you should not expect that, because you're gonna be disappointed a lot, because you need to expect real American life. If you're not gonna go there and gonna experience that, you're never gonna experience that true American life. So never get high hopes. I never thought that I'm gonna experience that movie scene, but I always know that it's gonna be difficult. It's not easy. You're 16, 15, 17 years old, and we are young. We're in different country, 1,000 kilometers away from our family, and I think you should get prepared. You should prepare mentally. You gotta be ready for that. You gotta be ready to explore, to share, and to learn.
Yeah. Just don't imagine that. Oh, I'm gonna go to the United States. I'm gonna be in New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago. I'm gonna just relax there, be a tourist. It's not gonna be like that.
Every state has own a thing that they're popular for. So it's gonna be so unique. For example, some states have canyons, mountains. You're gonna enjoy that. You're gonna be in different places, every state felt like a different like country. So every exchange student have different experiences, and I think that's the awesomeness of FLEX.
Yeah, it's a secret, but California is the best state ever.
Okay.
Did you take the exam?
Did you take
IELTS exam? Yeah, I took it 2 years
Can you
ago.
give us the skills in speaking?
What was that?
Can you give us skills of the speaking?
Oh, for IELTS? Oh. So I took it 2 years ago. After finishing IELTS, I never touched it because that was enough for me. But I got 7.5 overall, but my speaking was 6.5, so it was a bit bad for me. But I think after going to the US, I improved much more. So yeah, I can't give you any advice
like
because
that.
mine is 6.5. So.
I have a question. So, can you talk about interview part? What do they expect from you, or what the secret detail they catch from your speech?
They're gonna look for flexibility. Definitely for flexibility. How you can how you look on the problems and how you're gonna solve the problems. They're looking for flexible students. Like from the thing you can know it's flex, and they're looking for flexible students, for open-minded students. They're gonna for example, ask what you're gonna do if your host sibling have loud music in their room. What you're gonna do if it's disturbing you? You gotta find flexible ways to solve that problem. You're not gonna be turn that down. You should find different ways of solving the problem, and it should be benefit in you and the other person. So I think that's the key of going
And
through the
also
interview.
one tip, just smile. Smiling helps
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It makes conversation more I don't know. Yeah, positive.
And one more thing, every interviewer that we're gonna have, they are psychologists, so they can read your gestures, body gestures, the signs that your hands. Most of the people put like this, or always itching. They're gonna see that, and just
Be
relax.
yourself. Yes,
And
again.
there's you can choose the language of your interview. So if Uzbek is comfortable for you, just relax and just talk to them as if they're your friends. That's it. There's nothing scary. You're a human, they are human, so it's just human interaction.
Yeah, special flex people, they're gonna be really supportive, kind. You just need to keep up that positive vibes during your conversation and just smile, be yourself again, show your skills, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, interview would be in English, right?
You can. I think they still give you that privilege to choose what language you want to do the interview. You can do in Russian, in Uzbek, and in English.
Is it increase the chance that if you choose English, it would be a bigger chance?
There's no actual thing like that. I never heard that, but I think you gotta be they're looking for your personality, not language skills. So it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what language you're
so
talking.
whichever language is comfortable for you, just go with that, because Flex is very inclusive, which means, for example, even disabled people can apply for the Flex program, and they're gonna have the same opportunities as we do have. So that's the best part of Flex program, and your English skills doesn't matter, because why? They want to see you as a person. Not English skills is it's another language,
Yeah.
but they want to see you as a person, as again a good ambassador of your home country.
I have a question. What are the differences between the three essays in the application and three essays in the third round too? What are the differences?
Only time, because for the first round you're gonna have 10 days to write 3 essays, and for the third round you're gonna have 45 minutes to write 3 essays. So
It's gonna be
15 minutes
online,
each.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
it's-
had online, not this year. It's offline, and usually, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be programmed.
Time,
Somebody
yeah.
will watch you on the second round.
Yeah, but essay is only in English. Interview you can change the language.
Yeah.
Do you say 45 minutes is enough for 3 essays?
They're not.
No, it's not
yeah.
enough. I actually.
They're not expecting a whole huge essay. They just want to know what is your answer.
Yeah, quick
in
answers.
cool. Yeah, try to first just write it down a little. Just do it a little rough. Even if you're not gonna go to that part again, so it's gonna be there. Try to like write it down, all of them, and if you'll have more time, you can just go back and just change it or edit it, add more.
Yeah, it's not IELTS essay, IELTS writing, which you have like introduction, body 1, body 2,
Yeah, it's not like
conclusion.
that.
No,
Don't
there's
think-
nothing like that. You're flexible again. You can start with conclusion and end with introduction. It doesn't matter. Just show your
Express
personality
yourself.
again. Yeah.
Your thoughts.
And I actually didn't finish my third essay. I was like very mad at myself, but at the end it turned out to be good. Like I became a finalist. Yeah.
Really?
You know, I gave the main idea, but I wasn't able to finish the whole essay, the
Yeah,
conclusion
keep the
part.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but still, like, I feel like interview can make a really big like difference because the interview is the biggest part. I do think so because you're gonna show yourself how you, like the real yourself.
So yeah, they're actually gonna see you, feel your life, feel your maturity level. I think
yeah.
that's the most important part when they like actually choose finalists.
But essay is also important. So,
Yeah.
so just don't leave it blank.
Yeah.
We have one from the paper. Have you faced any difficulties during the program? If yes, how did you overcome them?
I think we all have that one problem about making friends. I think we all struggle with making friends, and mostly exchange students don't talk about that. I don't know why, because I think making friends, even you're taking initiative, it's gonna take time to actually make friends. You're gonna feel lonely a little bit at the first, like probably a month, until you adjust to that school environment, to the community environment. I think when I talked to a lot of students, they said that making friends was the hardest one on top, the first number one problem. And yeah, just it's gonna take time. Even you taking all the initiative, even you planning everything out, even you asking them out to hang out with you, it's gonna take time because you know you just got there and they have like sometimes even they like smile. They're gonna say that I'll help you, I'll do that, just contact me. Sometimes you just don't do that because you know that you're exchange student, you're from different country, and you think to yourself, why would they want to help me? Sometimes it's not about like, you know, like sometimes people can be fake. I think
Okay,
I would say
that's
that.
only for the first month.
Yeah.
After that, 9 months,
You
the
gotta
last
have them.
month you don't want to leave because you're settling, you have a
adjusted.
lot of friends, you have your house family, you're being sociable, you're doing a lot of stuff, and now you don't want to go back to your home country. Like
Yeah, first.
it's your home right now.
First, you're gonna
And,
have
But you
home.
say
yeah,
that
first
you-
month, yeah, it's very hard, but any person
Yeah.
will be able to adapt to that situation, or will be able to adapt to
It's
that
gonna
society.
take time. I'm just saying that you should not like seek for problems in yourself. Just let it go. Just be initiative. Keep making effort, and you're gonna have friends. And by the end of exchange year, you're gonna say, "Oh man, did I really struggle with making friends?" Because look, you're gonna look around and you're gonna see like your friends. They're gonna become your family. It's gonna be really heartbreaking to
Yeah.
leave them. So yeah, making friends is one of the problems. What else?
The difficulty is also, it's advice for the future, not future, the ones who are leaving soon. Homesickness is also a thing. And the way to cope, my way to cope with it was kurut and kokchoy. That were like the best part of it. I finished the like kurut the first week I got there, and my mom sent a lot of packages of kurut to the like New Year as a gift for me, and they were gone in a week. So like to just take a lot, and the kokchoy was also like big part of our culture that reminded me of my home. And you're also gonna feel down a bit, but after that you're gonna feel great
Yeah, I
because
think
you're
you're gonna
adapted to it.
feeling of homesickness comes with the celebrations. Usually when you were like around like family and celebrating like New Year, New Year's Eve, you're gonna feel the need of your own family. When you do sports, for example, you're gonna wait for your own parents to come to see your success, but it's not gonna work like that. But you gotta cope with homesickness. It's not a huge thing in front of other things you're going through. So just enjoy the moment, be in the moment, talk to people next to you. Communication is the key. Talk to your host families, they're gonna understand that. They always say that you are like a kid, you're away from your home. It's normal to be homesick, to miss your friends, to miss your family. and they're gonna understand. They're gonna help you to cope with that. You don't have to go through everything alone. Always reach out to someone. Reach out to anybody that you have. To your friends, if you have any, like, if there's no restriction in your first family, they're not gonna say that you have 1 hour to talk with them. Just tell them, express yourself, tell them that you want to talk to them, you are missing them so much. Just communicate and reach out to anyone that you can, that you would like to.
On a good part, again, you're widening your Tanish village. That's, again, the best part of your exchange student here. So you're gonna feel, I'll express you the emotions that you're gonna have. Your emotions down, then you're up. That's it. You're gonna have like the emotion level down for a bit, but after that you're gonna have smooth exchange here. So because you're adapted, you matured. For example, in 10 months, I matured for 5 years. Yeah, that was like that. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
And also, like, one thing, don't talk that much like to your family here and to your friends here. Like, just engage more with that community, because you came there like for 1 year, and use your time, because you will come back here and you will regret about it. That you all the time you was talking with your classmates here, you was like watching them on Instagram how they're like having fun and etc. It's gonna be heartbreaking, so that just don't do it.
And one more question. Does it have any effect if the father of the student participating in this program is in the military or has retired from the military? And thank you.
I don't think so.
As we already told, the FLEX is very inclusive, so you can participate in any condition. Even if you're like, again, even if you're disabled, that person will have the same opportunities as we do have. So it's very inclusive. So it doesn't matter. Like,
your background doesn't matter. You just gotta be yourself. Be a leader. Be a flexer. Just
And the last question: why only those students who were born during the 15th July 2007, 15th July 2009 can take part in the FLEX program? Although in other countries, those students who were born in 2007, right before July, can take part in this program. Thank you for your answer.
It's different for every country, and I think sometimes they change regulations. I think in our application process, 11th grader could apply, but after that they stopped doing that. I don't know the actual reason. Like,
so there is a connection between like U.S. government and Uzbek government. So there were like 9th, 10th, and 11th grades like a year ago. And they canceled the 11th because of some things like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think they wanted
exams.
to implement something for 11th graders, and that if they go to exchange years, they might like not success during their senior year. I think that's why sometimes it affects the requirements, eligibility. So it's just different in every country. And U.S. as Serdar said, U.S. government and Uzbek government, educational affairs, they're always in touch with each other, and they do what's best for students.
Yeah, so it only matters from the country and from the United States and the Uzbek, for example, government. So it's different for all the other countries. Any more?
Yes. How was in the beginning? You just fly to US and you will be alone with your host family, or there will be someone from FLEX, like government, or?
So FLEX staff always gonna like lead you in every airport. Sometimes we flew from a country from Uzbekistan. I think both of you flew from Germany to United States, from Uzbekistan to Germany, from Germany to United States, and FLEX staff always gonna be there in every airport, gonna lead you to your AL, gonna answer all your questions that you're gonna have during your travel time. I flew through Istanbul, and there was always FLEX staff. But after you got to the Washington, you're gonna fly out to your own states. Then you're gonna be alone. In Washington airport, in Washington airport, there's gonna be stuff. But after that, your host family or your local coordinator gonna be waiting for you at the airport, and they're gonna welcome you.
In my case, it was different because I was having 2 flights from Washington, D.C. to Denver, from Denver to Fresno in California. And we were flying with one of the exchange students from Uzbekistan. And we're in Denver, we're missing our flight because there are like delays. And someone from FLEX just shows up in red t-shirt, and she said, you should go there, and she leads us. she puts us in a different plane, and we had our plane and we went successfully. And if you see this number, it's hotline of the Flex program, so we never forget about Flex program's number. And if anything's happening, like, hey, I'm lost, you're calling this number, they're gonna come and they're gonna show you the way.
Flights through from state, they're gonna definitely be there. For example, most Flexers fly to Chicago airport, which is huge, and Flex staff always gonna be there, always gonna be there for you. But when you actually get to your own host airport, they're gonna be your host family or your local coordinator.
Yeah, so know the thing that Flex always has your back.
Yeah.
So Flex program.
It's not like you're traveling alone, you know.
Yeah, like in my case, when I landed in Washington DC, right after it, like I flight alone, like till my city in San Antonio, because nobody from exchange students, like from Uzbekistan, like was placed in the same city in my cohort. So like it was a little bit scary. Yeah, like it's the first flight. Like I have never took plane like before, and it was like right after we landed like in Washington DC, like the next day early in the morning you have to get out, and like it's like you are on your own, you're going by yourself, and just like but it's gonna be fine. Like there always be like, you always like can call the number, so it'll help you.
For me, it was like just 2-hour flight, and then it was in New York.
Yeah,
I just had one flight.
Like
Washington, New York is closed, and I just flew 2 hours. And I was in my host state, and it was I think awesome.
Yeah.
This was awful for me. Like, I didn't sleep for 2-3 days.
Oh yeah.
Because Tashkent to
like
Frankfurt, Germany, Frankfurt to DC, from DC to Denver, from Denver to Fresno, from Fresno again there were over 2 hours to get to my hometown. So I was like, that's it. I don't remember anything from that flight. So yeah.
I have a question. I hear that Switzerland is a great country to visit, and every people who visit European countries must visit Switzerland. Is it right? Is it a great place to visit? Have many buildings?
I didn't get the question. Can you repeat the question?
I have heard that the Switzerland is a great country to visit. It have many buildings. Is it right that European people who visit every people who visit European countries must visit Switzerland too?
I don't know that.
I've never been to Switzerland. Maybe. I'm not quite a professional in that. Of course, Switzerland is a great country.
Yeah.
It's neutral. There's no war. There are bunkers. And
If you have chance, you definitely should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you should.
Yeah. Any questions, else?
How was your jet lag?
Oh. And how to cook this?
For me, jet lag wasn't bad at all, because I arrived to my host state around like noon. First restaurant that I went to was Tully's, and I think the last one was at 2. They took me for the last one at Tully's too. I went to Tully's to get my first meal, and I was shocked there. I got the first cultural shock there. There was a huge portions, like a huge bottle, like not bottle, I mean like a huge, like a glass.
And it's with ice.
Yeah.
Like,
And
oh my
it's
god,
not
who's
like-
the,
not
who's
ice
the
now.
currents? Oh my god, don't do that, you're gonna be ill. If
So-
my mom would see me drinking my water with ice, she would kill me.
But now we cannot live without ice. And yeah, so after that, I got my lunch. We went home. I talked with my host family. They asked me about how was my journey. And after that, like around 8 p.m., I just like passed out. And I didn't even turn the lights off. And in the morning, my host brother is asking me, did you even sleep last night? And I was like, yes, I did. I just forgot to turn the lights off. I just passed out, and in the morning it was just like so smooth. I didn't have a lot of jet lag.
Like I had a bad jet lag. And so like I actually had a flight last year on 11th of August. So it was exactly 1 year.
It was 1 year.
Yeah, it's like the
Wow.
first cohort we were with me and Sindar. And like so when I came to my host community, to my city, so the school actually already started, and I needed to take some vaccines that I didn't have, like to take a chance like in Uzbekistan, and so it was so bad for me. I got a bad reaction, and like I got sick the first week of being in the US, and like the jet lag, everything. But really bad, but like, and actually I needed to go to school right after I came the next day. So it was kind of like really fast-paced, challenging, but it's like right after like everything was smooth. Like you just take your time. Like the first week can be challenging, but everything gonna be fine. I promise you.
So in my case, there's the thing that my personal driver was my host brother, because he took us to the school, from school to home, because we were studying at the same school, the same grade. And I think that I had my jet lag throughout the whole year, because I was always late to the school, and he was always complaining about me because I was like getting up very, very late. So if the school starts at 8:30, we need to get up like at 8, because the route takes 10 minutes, and I would always wake up at 8:10. 8:10, and my jet lag was still the last day of the school.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. They're gonna throw you away home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like that.
But if you get a decent sleep, they'll go away.
And may I?
No questions? One.
Yeah.
One more last.
Yeah, and I got a question. When you're writing your essay in the first round, would you advise using the external resources like translator or internet, or for example, asking something from your teachers? Or is it maybe better to write it only by your own?
Yeah, like just rely on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't really
You can use
think about
dictionary.
vocabulary. Yeah, you can just look up the words that you wanna say in Uzbek, but like don't like
Just
just
take someone.
don't
Because-
copy or don't like look at others' essays. Just like rely on yourself.
Because
on
if you
your
just like imagine the same topics, not the same, like
Yeah.
similar topics are gonna be in the third round. So that in that time
Yeah,
you'll have
you
45
won't be
minutes,
able to.
not 10 days. So 15 minutes for one essay, you'll have a pressure, but you should like only rely on yourself from the first round till the third round, because the relationship between you and Flex is only between you and Flex. That's it.
Yeah.
And they know that like English is not your first language.
Yeah,
Like they
understand
don't
that.
expect you to have a perfect English. It's like just do what you can.
And you can get anything in the United States. He's saying I'm an exchange
That's
student.
our biggest excuse.
That was our like excuse. Why didn't you do your homework from English? I'm an exchange student. English is my first language, so not. I came here to enjoy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do your school, do your homework.
Thank you.